This is not a kid-friendly show.
Yo, what is really good, my dudes? Today is July 17th, 2017, and we got another RuneScape update for y'all. So we're going to begin to see the return of the beach at the end of the month, but we do have the start of it, which is to build a beach. Very akin to the ones we've had in previous years. So if you want to get started doing that, just speak to Reyna in the Lumbridge crater. There are no requirements to start. So what you want to do is you want to gather sand as you skill and kill things around RuneScape. You will get better returns on mining or construction when you're doing so. Very akin to the events that we've seen in the past, like Deathbeard's Demise, etc. This time, however, you'll be able to spread about 500 sand per day, but there is no cap on gathering sand in the wider world. Doing so, you can unlock all 5 pieces of a new sand outfits, so claim your rewards by either speaking to Reyna or through the season events tab. So for this particular event, you have until midnight on the 31st of July to gather sand, although the rewards will remain available until midnight on the 2nd of August. Next up, the next big thing, we now have tier 92 dyeable weapons. So you can now use the dyes from treasure trails on your tier 92. These are two-handed weapons only, so only the ones from Telos are you able to dye at this current point in the game. So blood, shadow, barrows, and third age will now work on the 3 Telos tier 92 weapons. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the game update. Go out and collect your sand if you happen to be that rich and afford a dye for your tier 92s. We'll go ahead and do that also. So without any further ado, we're going to jump right into these patch notes and see what we have going on over there. So let's go check it out. The sign of the porter buff icon will now display when logging in if the item's equipped. A rare issue where players weren't able to complete Shifting Tomb due to an issue with the sarcophagus has been fixed. Players can now use a wilderness artifact to enter the QBD layer from within the lava maze to start a bossing instance. This change now means that Iron Man accounts can now complete the achievement I'm the King of the Wild. The phylactery drop rate from the Magister has been made slightly lower, but the individual scripture drop rates have been adjusted to give a minimum of 5 and a larger average. Surge and Escape no longer appear to be disabled. Weapons which provide their own ammo will now correctly highlight abilities as being available to use. Magic skilling spells will no longer be grayed out when wielding a ranged weapon. The Berserker auras now work correctly alongside the overload timer. Individual Ushabti that contain a soul can now have the soul emptied via a release option. A warning message is now displayed when going below 100 ammo in the Tyranwen quiver. Players now receive a warning message if a player has less than 500 runes in the rune pouch or less than 100 ammo in the Tyranwen quiver when starting a bossing instance. Messages that mention less than 500 runes or less than 60 minutes of charge have been tweaked to now say fewer than. Blocking has been added to the rocky outcrop near Salawa Ox. Blocking's been added to the house walls in Imperial District in Menafos. Noted drops in the Sophonem Slayer dungeon will no longer drop to the floor if there's an existing stack in the chest, but no free spaces. Narda is now correctly spelled in the first page of the book From Narda with Love. Players can now vote on the active poll after clicking on the skipped option. Camel warriors now die correctly when dropping a camel staff. And this quick hotfix went live throughout the game. Drop chances of the rarer insects in the Menafos Collection Journal has been improved to be fairer to all players. And finally, let's move on to some ninja fixes. Specific quick pair presets can now be assigned to a direct left click option or a last used left click option through the preset setting cog in the quick interface menu. It's now possible to rename quick pair presets after they've been created. Clan avatars are now allowed into the Runecrafting Guild area. A toggle has been added to the God statue interface to skip the completion cutscene. A toggle has been added to the interface options that disables shortcut keys closing windows. Clue Scroll rewards will now move to a player's bank if they have a full backpack. More options have been added to various items such as teleport jewelry and capes when worn. A click zone has been enlarged on fishing spots in the Prifddinas waterfall. Crystal tool siphons and equipment siphons are now sackable. Ice strike arms will no longer target switch to a familiar if they lose sight of the player. A level up message has been added for when a player reaches the levels required to unlock Invention. The purple Clan Wars portal and stake duels have been added to the high risk area entry bank pin toggle. And that is it for this week's patch notes. Link to the main game update and the patch notes will be down in the description below if you want to go check those out for yourself. Anyways, that is it for the video. If you liked it, hit that like button. If you are not subscribed and you want to stay updated on all things RuneScape related, then you are already in the right place, my dog. So hit that subscribe button. Anyways, I appreciate you watching. I am out. Peace.